Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out the current trailers anyway for God of War Ragnarok. We've already checked some of this stuff out before. We checked out like the initial reveal and the accessibility trailer, but this game now is, right around a week away, and there's been some more trailers since then, and that's what we're here to check out. I actually just played God of War 2018 this year, so I made out pretty well on that, we played it right as the sequel is coming out, and I didn't play it back at release, and then have been sitting here crying into my hands for the last 4 years going, when do we get another one? Although to those of you that have been in that position, I feel for you a lot, so I hope you're doing okay. You're almost there. You've almost made it. So yeah, God of War Ragnarok, the long-awaited sequel to 2018's God of War. What we initially thought was going to be the second game of a trilogy is now going to be the concluding game of this new arc for Kratos and his family, I guess, if however you want to phrase it. I mean, Atreus is anyway. We won't get into those types of things. It's complicated, family matters and gods and whatnot, So we'll just take a look at this and see how it feels. I think at this point, everyone is pretty much either sold on this game or they just don't know it exists. So we got 3 trailers. 2 of them are fairly short. The father and son cinematic trailer and the launch trailer are both only 30 seconds long, but we do have the story trailer that was put out at the State of Play in September of this year. So, let's go. Oh. He's fine.
When you are at your weakest.
In fear and doubt are a burden too heavy to bear.
Remember this.
Hi.
You are not alone.
Did this look weird to you? I realize this is a cinematic trailer, right? And can we get the fucking thing off the screen? What? This looks... Kratos looks odd here. I don't understand what looks strange here, but something looks strange about them here, even compared to the last game. They look almost like they're made of, Play-Doh? Not Play-Doh, like clay, almost. I don't know. But yeah, big puppy. I want to pet the puppy. Okay. So this, maybe it's grayed out. Maybe. I don't know. Well, and so much of the first game was done with in-game models. In-game cinematics are becoming more and more common as games just become more beautiful, with their in-game models, which is perfectly fine. But because that was a cinematic trailer, I wonder if that wasn't using in-game models, which is why it looked just so different, because they were actually recreated cinematic models. I don't know. Oh, I'm fine.
Everyone keeps secrets. Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
See, this looks like in-game stuff. That looks more like the way you did in 2018.
I know you. God Killer. What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
Who voices Tyr?
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood.
That voice sounded
on your
familiar.
Hands, on your son's hands.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I'm really curious what happens with the story of Freya.
Protect me.
You sure about that?
Pretender god!
Oh, I don't want to fight 2 Valkyries at once.
Death
Fuck.
can have me when it earns me.
What do you even know?
Oh, no,
God,
that's gross.
In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you? Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Who's that? Papos?
Fate only binds you if you let it. Do what is necessary.
Whoa.
Not because it is written. We will make our own destiny.
Okay. That was a badass fucking trailer. Holy shit. This game's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All right, real quick, the launch trailer. It's only 30 seconds long. Then we'll talk a little bit about what we just watched.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming.
You don't really want war. All that blood on your hands.
It's a lot of what we've
on
already
your
seen.
son's hands.
That's okay.
Fate only binds you if you let it. We will make our own destiny.
Okay, literally nothing new. That's perfectly fine, though. Favorite character is still Kratos' belt, so that's fun. Mimir? Yeah. I wonder what kind of new stories we get told in this game from Mimir. So that's what's currently there for God of War Ragnarok. But can I pull Thor's pigtails? Probably. With the number of different ways that you were able to beat the shit out of people in the first game, especially in the more cinematic fights, like against Balder. I about forgot his name completely. You know, you punched his face in some really interesting ways. I'm pretty sure Kratos grabbed his beard at a couple of points in time and was using it as a way to pull his head towards his fist, you know? So, does Fenrir accept pets? I mean, it kind of looked like it, you know? It kind of looked like it. There was also 2 dogs, you know? So, and it looks like we're on the dog side instead of on Odin's side, which is an interesting one. Maybe, I don't know. Clearly, with even what we played through in God of War 2018, and when I mean what we played through, the whole game, the idea of these 2 games is that they are following the story of Ragnarok, but Ragnarok is not playing out the way that it does in traditional Norse mythos. And because of the presence of Kratos, that has changed everything. And we've learned who Atreus is and like what Atreus' role is, but even that is changed because of the wild card, the unlimited variable that is Kratos. And that means that basically anything is possible when it comes to how this game and how this story is going to play out. The question becomes, like, what happens afterwards? Because one of the things that we know for certain is that God of War is not over. God of War as a series is likely never going to go away anywhere in the near future. But we do know that this is the end of this arc, whereas we're in this, you know, Norse land and we're dealing with the Norse gods. There's lots of other pantheons that they can go through, right? Like, they could go to Egypt or whatever they wanted to do. And at a certain point, there is a concern of, will it start to get derivative? And I think that they did a really good job with 2018 God of War, as well as, while we haven't gotten it yet, I'm very confident in this statement of what they're going to do with God of War Ragnarok, of making it feel like God of War and bring these characters along in a journey that doesn't feel derivative, of where they move them from the Greek mythos to the Norse mythos, and it felt real, it felt tangible, it felt understandable, it felt graspable. It didn't feel like we were going to a new location for the sake of going to a new location. I mean, and even then, there's still tons of Greek gods that still exist that Kratos didn't off in the first 5 games, I think is how many there were, if you include like the PSP stuff and stuff like that. So there's, I mean, and even still with what it looks like, unless there's like some mass extinction event of the gods in God of War Ragnarok, ignoring what Ragnarok is supposed to be. They could even still do more within the Norse mythos, but I'm pretty sure at this point either Kratos is going to die, which I don't see that happening, or they're going to be forced to travel elsewhere to a new land, a new mythos, or something like that. Next time, Kratos is going to take on Jesus. Come here. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, I'll fight all three of you at once. There's no way you could be scared. Oh man, I just fucking pictured just straight up like Western Christian Jesus, like the white dude with the fluffy hair, just like doing like a Dragon Ball Z like charge where you soar across the ground and he just like grabs Kratos' head and just like drags him across the rocks. That's hilarious. And somebody please animate that now. So yeah, I don't believe God of War will be over, even if this arc and this story is over. There's some things that I'm personally really curious of. The largest one, of course, is Freya because of her role in the first game. I'm really curious how that ends up playing out across this second game. Admittedly, the large overarching story I didn't care that much about in the first game, and I don't care that much about in this game either. I did enjoy the individual smaller stories, the character stories and the character moments in the first game, but the story of Ragnarok, I don't care that much. It's definitely about the characters and their interactions with one another is what is important to me. It'll be interesting to see who plays roles in this, because in the first game we got visited and talked to with Baldur multiple times, and I'm curious if Thor will be that same way. We do know from the end of the last game that he shows up, so we'll probably see him early in this game, but I'm curious how many times we continue to see him across this game and what that entire role and story ends up playing out as. But again, however Ragnarok comes to pass or is prevented, it doesn't actually matter to me. It's about the characters and the way that they go about this story rather than the actual path that they're walking along as a whole. So anyway, that's God of War Ragnarok. It's going to be out November 8th or 9th. I always get that confused. November 9th. So got them, like literally like a week away. Hope you're excited. I won't be playing this the day it comes out. I've got a lot of other stuff that I want to play, and I don't have a whole lot of time to play it. I'm playing Signalis right now. We got Bayonetta 3 that needs to be played, and then maybe after Bayonetta 3, we consider God of War Ragnarok. But, we still got things to get through. But let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. If you haven't played the first game, how are you feeling about this one? Are you just going to jump straight into this one? Have you went back and played the first one because of this one's arrival? Are you interested? Are you not? If you're not, thanks for watching the video for this long. Thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I'd love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do go watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.